Hey guys, this is Darren Gonzalez here, and today you may notice I'm playing a racing game now because I'm driving a car. So, as the video title says, I'm playing Need for Speed World, but there is a reason why though. Unfortunately, the game is going to be shutting down relatively soon, specifically on July 14th of this year. Yeah. The servers are being shut down, and it's very sad. I'll go into detail why I'm playing Need for Speed World for the channel, since this is gonna come out of nowhere. But I'll explain a brief history of my experience with Need for Speed World. Back when it was starting to become a thing, I used to be a beta tester, and that was about like 5 years ago, I believe. Yeah. So I was able to be a beta tester, and I liked what I played. Only problem was I had a crap computer back then, which I still have my laptop where I used to play the game the first time, but I don't like the fact that I can't play with higher settings, and I was forced to play with low settings, and I didn't mean to crash there. But I really wanted to enjoy the game, but I just couldn't, you know? And also the fact that a speed boost being a thing as well, where you have to pay with real money. I don't mind that idea, but I can see why people would hate it. But I don't see too much of a problem, because if you want to support a game or a series that you like, then go ahead. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. But here's the unfortunate part. Right when I get back into playing this game, it's like 2 months in after I just started playing again, the news dropped about the servers being shut down, and that really sucks. And I put in like about I don't know, like maybe $60 or $80. I don't remember how much speed boost I actually got, but that is the kind of thing that sucks. So I'm gonna try to make the most of my experience until a time comes when the server decides to go. Yeah, right now I'm driving the Toyota Corolla, as you can see. And why am I driving a slower car? Well, let me get to that. I'll be doing a series where I'll be showcasing every car that I own in this game, as well as other cars that I get eventually. And hey, if this gets any popular, maybe I could take some requests, because pretty soon you'll be able to get the card packs where you could get free cars possibly. That'll be interesting, but per se with the requests part, I don't know how that's gonna work out, because what I'm going to do is just I'm going to record videos of every car that I own right now, and any other car I get thereafter would just be whatever. But how I'm gonna work out the series is basically I'll be cruising around with a bit, driving whichever car I'm driving for each video, describing a little bit of history of why I got them, and I'll be doing either one race or one pursuit, whichever I'm able to do, and that's what the series is gonna be. As for once I go through all my cars, that's when the series will get interesting, because I'm gonna have to get new cars, and it's really hard to get the in-game cash because you have to do a lot of races, and that might not be fun for a lot of people. Yeah, it's really grind heavy. So I'm gonna see how this series does. It might do well, it might not. It really depends. I'll still do this series up until I go through every car in my garage. But enough of the introduction. I'm actually gonna explain why I'm driving the Corolla. Well, see, back when the game first released to the general public, there was a starter pack that you can buy. And with the starter pack, you would get a free Corolla that's already customized to an extent. But obviously, I have my own paint job for this Corolla, as you can see. It's it's not too interesting, but it's something I felt like doing. But I will show what the free Corolla looks like, because you can get as many as you want of them as long as you have the car slots in your garage. So I'll just do this race right here, assuming I pressed the right button. Oh, by the way, ignore that sound, but I did have the HUD turned off. If any of you want to know how you can disable that, if you're still an active player, I can tell you in the comments. But yeah, right now we'll do a race, so I'll talk to you guys once we get to the event, assuming we actually find people. Alright, we're back, but it took a little bit to find an event, because one thing I don't like about Need for Speed World, it's kind of hard to get to an event because you have to wait for players, and some people like to leave for some reason. So, oh crap. And this is another thing I don't like about Need for Speed World. Sometimes the other players are cheaters, or they just like to play dirty. However you'd like to interpret it. Yeah, but right now I'm doing a race in Silk Road, and I'm already doing horrible. Maybe this is another thing the request should go to. What events should I do for future videos? Because I'll try to show off as much as I can, but like I said, the format will be I'll cruise around for a little bit with each car and only do one event. So the videos might be relatively short in the future. One other thing that I kind of dislike with the events, the majority of the events take place in downtown Palmont rather than all the other districts. And it's a shame too, because it would be nice to have that kind of variety, but I don't know. There is a rotation with the events, so I'm probably gonna have to get to certain ones if they're available. But it just depends on how I record this series, because this won't be on a scheduled basis. It'll just be like if I'm in the mood in recording, if nobody minds that. Yeah, something I haven't really talked about too much yet is the power-up system, where earlier I used nitrous, which is a power-up rather than something you can install in your car. And as the other player has, is a shield, because you can also deploy a traffic magnet against them. But sometimes it doesn't work. It really depends on the player, because there will be some cases where the traffic magnet will be really effective. Because when I say it's effective, it's either based on how much traffic spawns in front of the leader, or if the player really sucks. And then there will be cases where it doesn't even do anything at all. Either if the game doesn't spawn any traffic cars, and there are events where traffic cars don't spawn at all, so they're just useless. Or if the player is skilled enough to evade them. And also, you also got the... I can't highlight it, but I forgot what it's called, but I did use it earlier, which is slingshot. There you go, slingshot, where your car gets a slight performance boost, but you can only activate if you're second place or lower, unfortunately. Well, you do have to balance the power-ups in some way, so that kind of makes sense. If we do a pursuit at some point, I'll get into those too, but I don't know when I'll be able to get to that. And so far, I'm in the lead. And before I forget, the other opponent did use a one more lap power-up earlier. Depending on the event, it could be annoying. But basically, if you're like behind, it does give you a chance to catch up. But if you're like ahead, that's only if you just want to rub it into the other players with your commanding lead. But so far, I think I have this. I'll probably use my NOS here, and there goes the victory. One with the Corolla. And what's the other player using? 240 SX. And they supposedly have a faster car than me too, so there is some skill to this. Some. But it does get annoying later on. Because if you have like faster cars, then you have those people that just have cars that are way too fast. But I believe that's really it. Then again, with what I said about exploring, is so at least you guys can see how the map in this game is like. Because, whoa, and that popped in with the daytime change. Yeah, as I was saying, the map is comprised of both Palmont City from Carbon and Rockport City from Most Wanted 2005. I'll try to explore at least every single district for each coming video, but until then, I hope you guys enjoy this series. And if you like what you're seeing, do leave your support if you really want to see more of this, because that would at least tell me how fast you guys want me to upload this. But I'll still upload this on a kind of scheduled basis. Like I said, it really depends if I'm in the mood. So, and I do have a busy life and such. So we just wait turn. All right. So there you go. This is Leary Gonzalez, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.